Hi everyone, welcome to day 28. So it's Thursday, it's almost the end of the week. I am bringing you this just under 30-minute class and we're going to be kind of working on the core here. And don't worry, it's not one of those 10-minute abs where we're just going to be doing loads of core. It's more, we're working through just a typical vinyasa class, but I really want us to focus on strengthening up through that core and finding twists and bringing that knee up or bringing that foot all the way through in between those hands and using our core, because like I said, our abs and our core is so important in vinyasa, but I just want to bring it in a different way and just give you a little bit more focus. But let me know in the comments below if you do want me to bring back some more of those ab workouts, those 10-minute cores, because even though they're horrible, they are still really great for us. But I hope you enjoy this class and I'll meet you back on the mat. So we're going to start lying down on our backs today. So just get yourself nice and comfortable. Lying down. I want you to close your eyes as well. And then you can either have your legs out long, or we can bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees fall apart. And that's just going to start to work into those hips, opening up through those hips. I'm going to stay here for just a minute or so. So if you start to feel a little bit sore in those hips, you can just let those legs go out long. And then as we're lying here, I want you to place your right hand onto your stomach and bring your left hand up onto your chest, over your heart. And those eyes are closed. Just have that breath coming in and out through the nose. Maybe noticing the rise and fall of your hands as you breathe. Feeling the body heavy against the ground. Slowing the breath down. From here, take a big breath in through the nose. Fill in towards that belly, into that right hand. And another little sip of air all the way up into that left hand, up into the chest. Really filling the lungs up. And then long exhale out through the nose, letting that breath fall back down. And again, inhale in through the belly, up to the chest. And then long exhale, letting that breath go. One more like this, big breath in. See if you can get another little sip of air, so you're filling the lungs all the way up. And then nice long exhale out. We'll start moving straight away, so gently opening those eyes. You can let that left leg go out long, bring that right knee into the chest. Just gently start to draw that knee in. You can even take a few little rocks side to side, working into that hip. And then let that knee fall all the way over towards the left-hand side, finding this nice little twist through the spine. Just gently, maybe you find a few little cracks and pops, that's okay. And then bringing it back through center. From here, I want you to take a hold of the back of the thigh and extend the foot all the way up towards the ceiling. You can start to flex and point that toe, starting to stretch out through that foot, through that ankle, and maybe circling the foot one way and then the other way. Inhaling here. As we exhale, just gently start to pull that leg a little bit closer towards the body. We can even start to lift the head and the shoulders off the ground. See if you can get your nose towards that knee. It's okay if it's not there. Just gently starting to stretch out through the back of that leg. You can flex the foot. Inhale. Exhale, bend back into that leg, give it a little shake, and then switch it out. Let that right leg go out long. Bring that left knee into the chest. First of all, starting off by squeezing it in, gently rocking it side to side. Inhaling and exhaling.
Find that twist, guide that knee over towards the right. Just briefly wringing out through that spine. And then bringing it back through center. Taking a hold behind the back of the thigh, extending the foot up towards the ceiling, and then starting to flex and point that foot. When you flex the foot, you feel that stretch in the calf. When you point the foot, you feel that nice stretch through the top of that foot. And then starting to circle it one way, and then the other way. Inhaling here. As we exhale, start to draw that leg in a little bit closer towards us. And if we want, we can start to round the shoulders and bring that nose up towards that knee. Have a go with flexing that foot, really starting to stretch out through the back of the leg. Inhale. And then exhale, bend back into that leg. Give it a little shake. And then bring both knees into the chest. Drawing both knees in, squeezing them. And we're going to start to rock side to side, giving that lower back a little bit of a massage. And then from here, I want you to start to rock up and down the spine. Really round the back here, so you find that nice roll up and down each vertebrae of the spine, creating this momentum. And then the next time we come forwards, we can cross over at the ankles, roll over the shins, plant the hands out in front. Find our tabletop position. You might just want to walk back a little bit so we're more in the middle of that mat. Finding those hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, warming up through those wrists. Just find a little rock forwards and backwards. Inhaling and exhaling. And coming through into our cat-cows, we inhale, scoop the belly down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting the chin. Exhale, then rounding the spine, press down through those hands, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Moving with the breath, inhale. And exhale. We'll go for one more, inhaling, find more space here. Exhale, round that back. Come back into that tabletop position. From here, we're going to extend the left leg all the way out behind. We want to keep it in line with our body, so try not to lift that leg up a little bit too high. But I want you to really squeeze that core in so it stays nice and vertical, not vertical, horizontal with the body. And then from here, we're going to lift that right arm. So opposite arm reaches out in front. Again, try not to lift it too high, but it's reaching straight out. We inhale here, core engaged. Exhale, try to bring that knee and elbow crunching it underneath, a little tap. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunching it in. Inhale, extend, working with balance. Exhale, crunching it in. Inhale, extend one more time. Bring that right hand down only. And then from here, I want you to bring that left knee down, but then take the left foot to the outside of the mat. And we roll the body open to face the right. So finding that assisted side plank with that left knee down. Inhale, reach that right arm all the way up and over. That nice big side body stretch. Rolling the shoulder back. From here, to use that core, we start to lift that right leg up. Squeezing that core, inhale here. As we exhale, again we find the crunches, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow, crunch it in. Inhale, extend, reach even further. And then bring that hand back down, bring that knee back down. Find our tabletop position. Give those hips a little bit of a rock. Finding some space in those ribs, side to side. And then we'll go through the other side. So from here, find that tabletop position. We extend the right leg all the way out behind. Again, try not to lift it too high, but squeeze that belly button in. And then from here, start to extend the left arm out in front. Inhaling here. Exhale, find those crunches, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, nice and slow. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, reach it out. Last time, exhale, crunch it in, then bring that hand and that knee back down. Turn the right foot out towards that right hand side as we roll the body open towards the left. Lift that left arm up. Finding that assisted side plank. Left arm reaches all the way up and over. Big side body stretch. From here, we're going for those crunches. So start to lift that left leg up. Inhaling here, extend. Exhale. Again, knee to elbow. Crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, extend. And then bring that hand, that knee back down. Find our tabletop position. Last time, little rock with those hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Fingers spread, hands planted, tap the toes. Press through those hands and those feet. Lift the hips up. Find our downward facing dog. Bend into those legs first. Press those hands away into the mat to really lengthen out through the spine. Just checking, make sure we're not hunched up in our shoulders, but you can shake your head. That neck is nice and released. Start to walk through the feet, gently starting to open up through the backs of the legs. Inhaling and exhaling. Those feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards, and then stop walking through those feet. We inhale, rock forwards, find our high plank position, shoulders over the wrist, core engaged. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And again, inhale, we come forwards. Exhale, we take it back. Inhale, we come forwards. This time we take a chaturanga. We can drop the knees, core engaged, nice and tight, elbows back, halfway down. Flipping onto the tops of the feet from here. Press down through those feet to lift the legs. Straighten those arms, find our upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the core, lift the hips up and back. Flip back onto the feet. Find that downward facing dog. Start to walk through the feet once again. Inhaling and exhaling. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. As we exhale, we shift forwards again to that high plank, but bring that nose or bring that knee towards the nose. So we use that core once again, squeeze that knee in. Inhale, take that leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forwards, knee to nose, squeeze the core. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Last time here, exhale, knee to nose, and then stepping that foot as high up between those hands as we can. If it doesn't quite reach, that's fine. We can just drop that back knee, step that foot up so that knee is above that ankle. From here, we inhale, lift the arms up, find our low lunge. Press those hips forwards, lift that chest, inhale. Exhale to stay. And again, inhale. Exhale, can we press those hips forwards just a little bit, opening up through that front hip flexor. Start to shift the weight back, find our half split, straighten that front leg, bring the hands down, flex that front foot. Inhale here, we're going to find a halfway lift. So lengthening that spine, lift that chest away from the leg. And then as we exhale, we fold a little deeper. Flex that foot, really start to feel that opening through the back of the leg. Inhale again. Exhale. We then inhale, shift forwards, plant that foot. Plant that left hand only as we inhale, reach that right arm up towards the ceiling, finding this gentle twist. And then we can tuck the back toes, start to lift that back knee up. Opening that chest a little more. Can we take that gaze up towards that top hand? Inhale. Exhale, look back down towards the mat. Bring that hand down, step back to our downward facing dog. Going through the other side, we inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, squeeze that core. Inhale, take it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze that core, lift that knee up. Inhale, take it back, last time. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting forwards, and then stepping that foot up as high up between those hands as we can. Drop the back knee down, finding that low lunge. We inhale, sweep the arms up. Bring the palms together, press those hips forwards. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Maybe we can take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale. Shift the weight back now, straighten that front leg. We bring the hands down. Find our half splits. Flex that front foot. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Bring onto the fingertips, lifting the chest away. Exhale, then we fold. And again, inhale, lifting, finding space. Exhale, folding, stretching out through the back of the leg. Inhale now, shifting forwards. Plant that right hand as we lift the left arm up, only twisting through this low lunge. Those back toes are tucked. We then press through that back foot to lift that back knee up. Inhale. And exhale. The gaze can go up towards that top hand. Inhaling. Exhale now, look back down towards the mat. Plant the hands, step straight back to our downward facing dog. Once again, walking through the feet. And then take your time, walk the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Meeting in a forward fold, feet hip distance apart, little bend in the legs. Start to sway side to side, releasing the neck. Shake the arms out, nice and loose. Inhale. Exhale. Take your time now, roll all the way up to standing. Nice and slowly, head comes up last. We'll find our mountain pose, shoulders come up, back and down. Arms by the sides, palms facing forwards. Strong through that core, inhale here through the nose. Again, filling in through the belly up to the chest. And then long exhale out through the nose. Bring the feet together, toes touching, heels slightly apart. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back to a high plank position, strong core, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, shift forwards. You can lower the knees as we lower down halfway. Inhale to our back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're just going to stay here for one breath. Inhale. Straight away, exhale, we bend the knees, look between the hands. You can step, walk, or even hop the feet up, toes together. Inhale, we find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing, arms come up, palms touch. Exhale, palms at the chest. And again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Now you can step or maybe hopping back all the way through into your chaturanga. Long exhale down. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, we keep moving. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg up. As we exhale, step the foot to the inside of those hands, big step up, making sure that that knee is above that ankle. We've got that strong foundation in the legs. Just make sure that the feet aren't in line with one another, but they're more towards the outsides of the mat, so you've got that nice strong foundation. Then we're going to keep that left hand planted on the ground as we inhale, reach the right arm up. So we're finding that twisted lunge like we found before. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Now from here, we need to really start to use that core. We're going to lift all the way up. First, just look down towards that left hand. You can start by coming up onto those left fingertips so you find more of that weight into your legs. And then using that core and using those legs, we're going to come all the way up and find ourselves in this twisted high lunge. So that left hand is the left hand is facing forwards, that right hand is reaching behind. Inhaling here. Exhale, sink into those legs a little bit more. Bend into that front leg. And again, inhale. Finding that twist through that core. Inhaling. Exhaling. Finding this reverse, we reach that back hand towards that back leg as that left hand reaches a little bit up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale to stay. Inhale again. Exhale, we're going to windmill the hands down all the way to frame that front foot. And we take a vinyasa, stepping back, high plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to go through that on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale to step that foot through. Big step up. Making any little adjustments we need to. Check in with those feet, making sure we've got that nice strong foundation. So when we rise, we're not finding ourselves too wobbly. And then we plant that right hand down as we inhale, lift that left arm up, finding that twist. Inhaling here. Exhale to stay. Look down towards the mat now. Starting to take the weight into the legs, we come onto our right fingertips. And using that core and using those legs, we're going to lift all the way up, still in that twist, finding ourselves in that twisted lunge. So right hand forwards, left hand behind, twisting through that core. Inhale here. Exhale to stay. And again, inhale. And exhale. Finding that reverse now, reach that back hand towards that back leg as that right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Inhaling. Exhale, staying. And again, one more breath, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to windmill the hands down, frame that front foot, stepping back through our vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. Bring the knees down, taking our child's pose. Inhale here. And exhale. Giving those legs a little bit of a rest. Inhaling. And exhaling. Start to bring that chest up, walk those hands up. We're going to roll as the outside of our hip to bring the legs all the way out in front. Just finding a little bit more stretching in those hips. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Let those knees fall apart. And then from here, you can either have the feet further away or they can be nice and close. But we want to think about drawing those knees out wide. And you can even take a hold of the shins, the ankles, the feet. And then just gently start to bring that chest down towards those feet or towards the mat. Trying not to round our back too much, but if we roll the shoulders back, keeping that spine nice and long, and just gently finding this forward fold. Inhaling where we are. Exhale. Inhale, we can lift slightly. And as we exhale, can we fold down a little bit more? And again, inhale. And exhale. And gently now, coming all the way up. Take a hold of the backs of the knees, bring those knees up through center. Planting the feet down so they're hip distance apart, toes pointing forwards. Just scooch the hips up behind those heels and we'll roll all the way down onto our back. Taking your time, just check in, make sure you can tickle the back of the heels with your fingertips. Make sure your knees don't fall apart. Coming up into our bridge pose, we inhale, press through those feet, lift the hip bones up. You can even press through the backs of the arms to lift those hips up a little bit higher. And maybe taking a hold of the hips or the lower back with our hands and finding ourselves in more of a supported bridge. Inhaling where we are. Exhale to stay. Inhale and exhale. And if you are in this supported bridge, just start to press down through those feet to lift the hips away from your hands and release your hands where they are. We then all come up onto our toes, lift the heels. Exhale, roll all the way down the spine. Take your time. And then once we get there, just rock those hips and rock those knees side to side. And then exhale, the knees pass through center. We can stop. Let the left leg fall out long. Bring the right knee into the chest. Like we did at the beginning, just gently squeezing that knee in. And then guide that knee over towards the left, finding that spinal twist. Staying a little bit longer this time. I want you to close your eyes. You can take your right arm out towards the side. Maybe the gaze can follow, really twisting and wringing out through that core. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhaling and exhaling. And take your time, coming back through center. Switch the legs, let the right leg go out long. Bring that left knee into the chest, draw it in. And then guide it over towards the right. And you can take the left arm out towards the side. Closing those eyes, just focus on finding that ringing sensation through your spine, through your core. Inhale. Exhale, twisting a little bit more. And again, inhale. And exhale. Coming back through center. Keep those eyes closed. Rolling all the way onto our back. Let the legs go out long. Arms by the sides, palms facing up. We'll take one more big breath in through the nose, filling the lungs up. And then open the mouth, sigh the breath out. Letting all the muscles relax. You can let go of the breath. And just be here for these last couple of minutes of the class. And start to deepen the breath. Finding a little bit of movement back into the body. Circling the wrists. and the ankles. And then you can take your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. And when you're ready, rolling onto your side. And then take your time, coming all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Once we get there, just roll the shoulders up, back and down. Bring the palms together. Just closing the class off. Namaste.